Welcome to A Taste of AZ podcast, where we interview everyone from James Beard award-winning chefs to local mixologists, winemakers, breweries, and so much more. We've got an awesome episode lined up for you today. But before we get into that, head to atasteofaz.com so you can subscribe to our quarterly magazine and email newsletter to find all of the best places to eat and drink around town. Don't forget to follow us on social media. Now let's get into the episode.
I have a bunch of ideas I'm going to pitch to you guys. Beer styles, pizza flavors, all that stuff. And
it's always fun to mess around and try new things.
Yeah, for sure. Well, Eric and Trent originally we did a podcast at Chupacabra, but now things have expanded for you guys since the last time I had you on the mics. So welcome back.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's good to be back.
Absolutely. You guys are doing some shit.
Man, we're trying. I mean, it's not anything, crazy. We're just trying to have fun, make beer, build a community. So far, so good.
A little crazy though.
Yeah,
crazy, right?
It gets a little busy from time to time.
Yeah. So introduce yourselves. Let's start with you. Who are you and what is your role here at Phantom Fox?
So Trent Smith, co-owner with Eric here of Phantom Fox and Chupacabra Taproom.
Yep. So Eric, Cady, same thing. Co-owner of Phantom Fox and Chupa.
What do you guys? What are some of your specialties? I don't know. Maybe I should. What is his specialty? And you guys can go back and forth. What does he do well? What does he do horribly?
You want me to tell you? We have a really good business relationship. I mean, we also are best friends outside of this.
Yeah.
So it's kind of unique where, we spend a lot of time outside of work together too. Our families do. We go on vacations together. But Eric does a lot of things really well. He first, he's extremely brilliant. So he does a lot of the back end business stuff a lot better than I do. So he's definitely a valuable asset there. One major thing he does is calms me down all the time. Eric's probably the most easygoing person. Well, it is I've ever met. Yeah. I don't think I've known him a long, long time. I don't think I've ever seen him yell, or never yelled at one person. I feel like I yell at someone every day. So I'm always irritated about something small. He's like, dude, it's fine.
Yeah.
Or it's one of those where I swear to God, I'm going to fire everybody. How them know it? And he's all, we're fine. Don't worry about it. So it's one of those where he lets me vent and he, takes me off the ledge and everything's good again. So we definitely have a good business relationship where, I do a lot of things. He does a lot of things and it works out well.
Well, dude, I feel like you said a similar thing back in 2019. And so to be working with him for another 7 years and still be able to say that, right?
Yeah.
Still haven't heard him. He's waiting. Every time he thinks you're getting upset, he pulls the phone out to see, am I going to get him yelling this time?
It doesn't happen. When he gets upset, he'll start laughing, and that pisses me off even more. So I'm like, stop. Why are you smiling? This is not something to smile about.
Yeah.
So that's how it works.
Oh, dude, that's great. You got to have a business partner like that. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. What about what's he bring to the table?
He's always got energy and excitement around what we're doing. Really enjoys people and interacting with them. So it's always a nice dynamic of that. There's different times where I'm like, I'm just kind of over it, and he's like, "This is going to be great."
Yeah.
And then 20 minutes later, when I can't find him, he's been circling, talking to people, and so it's a great thing. And it just continues to be a balance of we both really enjoy what we're doing. So as tasks come up, so often it's either we're doing them together, or it's, hey, you're taking this, I'm working on this, and there's just a trade-off. And when you spend a ton of time together, it makes it easy to just bounce things off each other.
Yeah.
Well, we really probably could get more things done on a day-to-day basis, but if we have to run to Home Depot, it's not usually a two-person job, but we are like, let's go. And then, we'll go down to Tucson and get haircuts because we want to have a 2-hour meeting on the way down or things like that. So we always try to schedule things together where we at least have some time to talk business outside of here also. So it works out well.
Haircuts in Tucson.
Our barber was here forever, and then he moved to Tucson, and it just seemed like the perfect idea of like, hey, we're going to still go down, and then we'd pick a beer. So, this started years ago. So back before even Tombstone was distributing, we ran down to Tombstone and got it. We were picking up beer at Crooked Tooth and just wound up making it hey, let's have a night in Tucson. And so we'd go get haircuts and work. It'd be like a work stay.
Yeah.
And have a night out in Tucson and come back with kegs and beer. It was great.
And a fresh haircut.
Yeah. Unfortunately, our barber quit now. So.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah. It was disappointing. The Tucson trips were a good time.
So not as many Tucson trips anymore?
No.
And we haven't been back for a while.
Yeah. Well, shit's starting to grow with you guys. I mean, it's incredible to really see. I mean, it was really cool when, I've always liked Chupacabra. It's such a cool place. And so when you guys, I think in the podcast, I think early on, you guys had the goal to have a production, right? Have a brewery.
I think we first talked about that's kind of what we wanted to do. And then this is before Chupa. And then once we kind of got into that, we both said, we made the right choice. This is the best business model. There's no reason for us to own a brewery.
Yeah.
A lot more at stake, things we don't know. And foolishly, I guess, we're happy about it now, but we got into this, and it's, took a year or so for us to be, all right, I think we made the right decision.
Yeah.
Now things are going really well. But it definitely was a huge learning curve. Going back on it now, if we did it all over, I would be like, yeah, we're doing this again. When the first year of it, I'd be like, let's just open up 3-4 more Chupas and call it a day.
Yeah.
A lot easier to manage and run. And, but right now I'd do this again. It was great.
Yeah. Love it. I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, there should be like barriers and like things that frustrate you and challenge you, right? Like my wife always tells me, she's like, if it was easy, everybody would do it.
Yeah.
Right.
We just kind of didn't realize that being a brewery means you're in a production facility, that it's manufacturing.
Yeah.
And all of the elements in the first year was nonstop. We had a pump that we replaced on the boiler that lasted an hour before the brand new one failed. This is in the beginning months, and it was just nonstop. If it could break, even if it was new, it was an endless churning. We had the compressor go out on the glycol machine, and the only one around was in LA. So within hours, he was driving to LA to pick it up and drive it back and have it installed that night, because otherwise all the beer we had in tanks was going bad.
Yeah.
So,
we were in the middle of an interview with a news channel over Chupacabra about, I don't remember what we were talking to him about.
It was the Spectrum beer.
A Spectrum beer, the beer that we do for autism awareness with 12 West. We do that one every year with Chupacabra. We're in the middle of this interview. It's getting ready to start. I get the text from the guy in LA in Riverside saying, we have it in. I'm open till now. And so I'm all, Eric, you got this. Hopped in the truck and went to LA. So but got it back and everything worked out. But it was one of those, that first year or the first 6 months was like, Jesus, what did we get into? And that was after a year and a half of building the place out. So we were already just wiped out and spent and just, broke and trying to figure out, how to manage. And then shit just was one after the other. Like it was, some of those days were like, there was always 3 things. And like, Chupacabra, when things break, they break. And it's not, it's expensive, but this is a different type of expense when things break at the brewery. They're, they got an extra 0 or 2 of them attached to it sometimes.
For sure.
Like, what is happening?
Yeah.
But again, 2.5 years later, we're happy. Those are all, things we've learned from and grown from. And it's on a different level now. So
I don't know if you want to get into it at all, but like the name itself, Phantom Fox, right? You had different plans initially?
We did.
Yeah.
We were going to be originally Urban Legend.
Okay.
Thought it would just tie into Chupacabra and thought it'd be something we could play on. Had started doing a filing with that, and we immediately got a cease and desist. There's a winery out in Oakland that uses that name, and talked to a lawyer, and his feedback was immediately just change it.
Yeah.
He's all, it's going to spend a ridiculous amount of money, and you're probably going to lose.
Yeah,
even to just battle it.
I think his exact words were, you're going to spend $300,000 and still lose. So
what great advice from
exactly.
Right? That's gold. Yeah.
So we were having a meeting and just kind of coming up with names and talking about things, and had previously had someone talking about that there's a couple families of foxes that actually live in downtown Mesa and aren't around. And it had just come up as we were kind of spitballing names and thinking of things that kind of tied into that and would let us continue the idea of kind of, different mystical and creepy kind of things and whatever. But it then just led to that it made sense to do Phantom Fox. So
we had multiple times throughout the previous 3 years of Chupa before we opened this up where we'd have someone walk in at 10 o'clock at night and say, I think I just saw a fox running down the street. Yeah. And so it was, it was a known thing down here for a while. And we always just kind of called it the Phantom Fox. So when we kind of decided on that name, we thought we can kind of create the logo that's real similar, different, but similar to Chupacabra's logo. So a little bit of brand recognition where you know we're kind of tied at the hip. So
For sure. Yeah. Very close too. I mean, what is it, like 100 yards away?
No, at most.
Yeah. If I have a good arm, I bet you I could throw a football to it. No, I couldn't. I'm old now. My arm, I would be sore for months.
Maybe a baseball.
Maybe a baseball. Yeah. Give me 3 shots. It's like three golf shots.
We should do that. We should make a competition.
Yeah.
I'll try it.
All right, let's do it. Let's do it. Who's got a football? So is there? I just noticed this, but there are hops in its face.
Yeah, hops in his face.
Yeah.
We have the same thing over Chupa. Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so why Mesa? Like, why downtown Mesa? I mean, even going back to Chupacabra, like, what made you guys want to? Because in 2019,
there was the cider core was here, Oro was here, and then the brewery that we took over, that we bought out, Desert Eagles here. I had a business in that in the Chupacabra building previously, owned that building. Lucky enough to buy it a long time ago, and it was just kind of sitting there. People were renting it out. We actually looked other places. We put in applications or LOIs at different parts of the city, and we just kept getting turned down. I mean, we had no experience in this industry. I mean, I came from real estate. He came from online sales, and no one would give us a chance. And then the reason why we kept looking at other spots was there was a church real close to Chupacabra. And so with the liquor laws, we weren't allowed to have a bar within X amount of feet.
Yeah.
We just couldn't understand it, why Oro was able to and Cider Core was kind of there, and we just didn't understand it. And finally, one day he was on the phone with Liquor Board and finally got the answer of, well, you're in the entertainment district downtown Mesa. You're allowed to do that. You can be touching them. And so after, looking around for, 6 months to a year at other locations, we turned all focus back on the Chupa building, and we love that little building.
It's a great building.
It's a great building. It's just so much character. I mean, it's one of the coolest buildings down here. So then just kind of all started from there. I grew up right down the road. I'm just born and raised right in this area.
Okay.
So I always loved downtown, even when it was kind of a shithole for years and years and years. Always kind of said, we got a 5-year plan here, and Mesa's turning it around. And finally they have. So it's really cool to see the growth in what are we on? So our 7th year anniversary.
Our 7th anniversary is in a week and a half.
Hell yeah! Congrats.
So in those 7 years, or I guess 8 years since the build out, to see the difference in downtown, it's crazy. I mean, to have the ability now to hit 30 different spots to get a drink or food, compared to none forever. It's remarkable. So they're doing a good job.
Yeah. Well, the building, your guys' built, the Chupacabra building, I love that building. And what really blew me away was, I always like the behind the scenes type of thing, where you guys have your kegs.
Yeah, that's a nightmare.
Like I laugh because I don't have to carry those kegs, but you're like, yeah, dude, we gotta like do this expedition over the other kegs to. So you could have easily been like, you know what, dude, let's have 12 taps because the space you have, but you didn't. You're like, let's do a bunch.
Again, because we had no experience doing anything. So we said, how bad can it go?
Yeah. We also just always liked, people are always like, what's your favorite beer? And in my opinion, it's my next good one. It's just, as beer the last 10 years and 20 years has exploded and changed and evolved.
Yeah.
There's so many new and different creative things. So it's just led to, even before we opened there, it was always a search of what's some interesting and good and different beers and seeing how creative it was. So we just, in our heads, are like, okay, here's how big our walk-in is. What's the absolute number of taps we can put in this space? And it was 32. So that's what we went with.
Yeah.
In hindsight, probably we should have taken 12 and 32 and split it in the middle, but we didn't. And honestly, it works out.
It's dialed in now. The first beer week though, we were approached by some breweries, and again, no experience, and we want to please everybody. And we think people want to come to our spot and have beer here. That's awesome. Let's do that.
Yeah.
And I don't know how many kegs
we said yes to every event. And in the course of beer week, we brought in 84 kegs.
Wow. Damn.
It was a horrible decision.
Yeah.
We had them
triple stacked,
and then slims were sideways, smashed against the ceiling along the sides to hold.
So when line one blew, you rip out everything and get to it. So it was just a constant battle of restacking, reorganizing. That we learned real quick. We're not doing that again. So
that's dedication, guys. That's dedication. Well, I don't want to make this all about Chupra. Like, I love Chupra, but we want to, I love talking about like the growth and what you guys are doing. But, the one thing with Chupra, is I mean, obviously the building itself, but you got a beautiful patio. You guys do a ton of stuff. But the Montucky aspect of it, right? Like that blew me away you guys are the top Montucky account
in the country,
in the world.
Yeah.
In the world,
Well,
yes.
they're in Japan now. So
Are they?
yeah.
Are you still top?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
They just came into town. We had a big party with them last Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wild.
We had the previous record. Our goal was to beat the record of when we won 2 years ago. We did 410 Montuckies that we'd sold in that day. So our goal was to surpass that last Thursday, and we hit just over 500.
Dang.
So
dude, that's awesome.
It was great. They're a fun company.
Where are they based out of?
Bozeman.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. They do a great job. They give a lot back to charity.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just one of those brands that we really like to be associated with, especially over there. It's great.
All right. So then you decide we're going to open up your brewery. Did you want to be downtown for sure? Like,
No, no, that wasn't the plan.
Okay.
We actually had negotiated and had agreed to LOI, and we're finalizing a lease on a spot in downtown Chandler for a new Chupacabra.
Yeah.
And then as we were getting the final lease, they just kept backtracking what had already been agreed to and like renegotiating how the patio was and the things. And we just kind of hit a threshold of like, here's our minimum patio and what we're willing to agree to, because we see what it's like to have, just a bigger spot where you can hang out on the patio down here, and we want it there.
Yeah.
It didn't work out. And so that deal fell apart. And that same week, our agent said, hey, the Desert Eagle spot just went listed as available. Had heard rumors of maybe, but so from there we had some talks with Joe, and then talked to the property owner, and thought it'd be nice to be our 100 yards, and kind of the idea of how bad can this go?
For sure.
and then we took it over and sat here for 3 weeks, just kind of crying inside, going, "What did we get ourselves into?" It needed a lot of work.
Yeah,
a lot more than we originally thought.
Okay.
Where once we started diving into things, it's like, all right, we need the whole new building, or the whole building needs all new electrical, all new plumbing, new floor sinks everywhere. Everything had to be changed.
So like you opened the door and you're like, what the fuck is this?
Dude, it was a fucking nightmare. Like we were finding pipes that weren't attached to, like sinks that weren't attached to drain. It was a nightmare how we had it. So and that's on us. We didn't do our due diligence, and we sat there for 3 weeks, kind of going like, well, fuck it, dude. We're pot committed now. We have a lease. They're not backing out of it. So what are we gonna do? So we had once we got that first big dumpster in here out back, I think it was like dumpster number 2 or 3. We're like, okay, we can kind of see a vision of what we want to do now. Like we weren't planning on gutting the entire thing.
Yeah.
We thought we'd have a 3 or 4 month build out, not a year and a half.
Yeah.
But it turned out that way, and ultimately I'm really happy that it did, because then we got to design it with how we wanted to design it. And we're nothing special with designers, but we like breaking metal and wood, and we kind of have things look a certain way, and it turned out. So it's a blessing in disguise that it was how it was, and we were able to create what we wanted to create.
Sure. Yeah. Would you go back if you had the opportunity again? Like you look at that year and a half build out, and would you be like, nah, I could have did something different, but
now I'm super happy though. I sit back here and I get like I'm so proud of what we built here. There's some nights I'll just sit back there and like look at the crowd, and it's just see everyone having fun. It's really turned out to be such a great little community center. Downtown Mesa is a rad little spot where
for sure
it's just such a friendly neighborhood. I'm really proud of what we built here.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to do another year and a half build out. I don't know if our bodies can take it anymore, man. We just did a walk with Cidercore yesterday for Memorial Day. Did their Jason being a veteran, and he does this.
They do like a 10-mile ruck in honor of that. And
10 miles?
Yeah. Wow. We started at the shop down in Tempe, and then it was to Cidercore here. And
you guys walk from the shop to Cidercore.
Yeah. I can barely walk today. My hips hurt so bad.
Your eyes are looking into the distance like, oh.
Just like, it's a lot.
Yeah. But so meaning like that community down here, like now you're
it really is.
Yeah.
Like even when we'd announced we were doing the celebration, we got a trophy from Montucky and had the thing last week. there was people who I hadn't seen in, honestly, since a year or two since we did stuff, and they saw that, and they're like, oh man, I'm now on the west side. I don't make it out here, but I saw this. I want to come in for it. Yeah. It's because they were around for years, and it was just part of that. And they hung out with friends and had beers and things in the community. And that's really the number of people who were new and who were in from, some people who were new from, in with Montucky. We're talking about like the dynamic of the place just isn't normal. Yeah. It's just, and we see that here at this brewery, and we see it with Cider Core and the different places down here, and the connection community is not, it reminds me of what I grew up with in the Midwest, but it's why once we did Mesa, I was happy about it, because it's not what I normally have found in Phoenix. Yeah. A lot of places don't have that neighborhood dynamic, and downtown Mesa's really got that with the people and the businesses, and it applies across the board.
Yeah, I agree. To me, I feel like it's unmatched in the Valley, right? Like as far as like you park and you walk around, like you can go to all these different places, and like good ma and pa, like just small businesses that are like doing some really cool, unique stuff. Mm-hmm. I mean, you can go from Mexican seafood to, pizza. Yeah. Right. We got some goat and ram. You guys added the food element to it in this building as well. Yeah. That was obviously part of the build out too, right? Like there were some
elements with that. That was part of
John. Thanks, buddy.
As he kind of, we got partnered with him at Chupacabra early on. It expanded from, him kind of learning, he'd been involved in pastry and doing other restaurant things, but starting his own pizza thing started there, and they became our Friday, Saturday truck. And it just seemed like a natural partnership where we wanted to have food, but also not be involved in it. We wanted to do our things and kind of run our side, and he runs his side. And it's worked out great together where, the dynamic works out great. We've done vacations and trips with him and his wife, and it's it's a cooperative business joining, not in any way is there animosity or competitive, or it just works out great.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you guys already got it. You're like, all right, we're gonna open a brewery. Oh shit, now we're in manufacturing, right? Mm-hmm. Now you get into the restaurant side, like
we want that. So I mean, they're going to permanently be tied with us as we expand and do things.
Nice. Yep. Which
so we just finalized a couple weeks ago the lease on a spot in Tempe. It's going to be right downtown Mill, in the center of Mill between 5th and 6th Street.
Okay. Yeah.
So taking over that, build out starting basically now, and the goal is to be open in August.
Nice. Hell yeah.
That one's a little bit easier over there.
Is it? Yeah.
Yes.
Well, we're not putting a brewery in it, so it's just tap room, kitchen. Kitchen's already built out.
Nice.
So a little bit easier.
Crazily, the infrastructure is overbuilt. Like there's a ton of stuff that way. So we're just, all of our stuff is mainly cosmetic and tiling and little redesign and stuff, but it's going to be nothing that's crazy substantial.
Are you guys ready for that college crowd?
I think it's going to be an interesting crowd. Yeah. We've since we started exploring this last year, we've been down there a lot, and it's been interesting to see just the diversity of the crowd there too. I've been surprised at, there's a college crowd, but there's also a middle age. I mean, there's just the full spectrum. For sure. So I think it's going to be a good thing. I think it'll be different. Yeah. But the goal is to try and create the same dynamic where it's a community spot and that, everyone feels welcome, and it's a great place that way.
Yeah, absolutely. So, your guys, we're going to get Val, and who's going to jump on with Val?
Colt.
Cool.
Yeah, Colt's our assistant brewer. We got him. Colt's great. He lives right here downtown. We met Colt probably week 1 of opening Chupacabra. They just purchased that house or made an offer on that house. So he's been part of this kind of family, just as friends, for quite a while. And then we had, we're able to bring him on. He was working at the shop as an assistant brewer. So we brought him on. It's been a year now.
It'll be a year next month.
So, I mean, he's great. He's like the best dude. His wife will bring their kid by almost daily to say hi to dad. And it's fun, man. It's cool.
That's awesome. And Val's kicking ass back there.
Does an amazing job.
Yeah. So I'm excited to talk with them about kind of the spectrum of beers that you guys have. But
absolutely,
what are your favorites? Like, what are you guys drinking now? Let's.
I mean, right now I have a Mexican lager. It's just easy drinking, tasty. going to be a long day.
Yeah.
So my preference is West Coast IPAs. I like them to be really kind of clean, crisp, hoppy, nice finished. What's great is Val does an amazing job with those. Yeah. So it's just,
I think our clear beers are, in my opinion, it is what it is, but I think we do the best job in the state making West Coast IPAs. And I say we, it's her. She murders it. And our lagers and pilsners I just don't think anyone does them better than she does in the States. So the new Czech lager we have on right now is my favorite beer at the moment.
Check yourself.
Check yourself. We did that for Sleepy Well's 7th anniversary.
Okay,
so made that for them, and I can't get enough of that beer at the moment. That's the one I'm drinking pretty much nonstop.
Nice. And a little bit of distribution, right? You guys get out a little bit, but under your own terms, right?
Yeah,
that shit can get out of hand pretty
easily
quickly.
Set up with Manuel Brothers, so we handle it basically in-house. Bobby handles sales with us, and so people want stuff, they can order it, and we can get stuff delivered. We have stuff delivered in Flag and in Tucson.
Oh, nice.
So they deliver around the state, so that makes it easy. But
for sure.
Yeah, in no way are we going to distribute on a mass level. It's just not in our business plan. So we're more about opening a couple tap rooms and selling beer out of our own faucets and kind of controlling the quality of it that way.
I love it. So if people are out and about, keep an eye out for that.
Yeah, keep an eye out on that handle, man. We just got some new ones in. So we will have some inserts going in here with the names of the beers. But the new handles just came in. Took a while. These new tariffs jacked things up a little bit. So it took a while to get the shit in. But it turned out, man. I think they look pretty cool.
Looks great. I've been staring at this. I haven't listened to you guys since that pizza came out.
Yeah.
So
take it down, man. It's so good. Like, we have so much pizza. And the great thing is the new spot in Tempe. Dan's been working on he's going to be able to offer slices there.
Okay.
Just a better crowd for whatever. Yeah. So he's working on a New York style slice, but with still, the same crust, which is a 3-day rice crust, all the things he always does. We've had samples the last week. He did them 2 or 3 days in a row. 10 out of 10.
Really good.
I'm a big fan of like a thin crust. Fold it over, crush it. So good. Yeah, it's great. So we'll have those there. He's expanding the kitchen to he's gonna do every 2 weeks we have two specialty pizzas that rotate every 2 weeks. He's gonna do a fries that kind of match those pizzas, and then also wings are gonna be over there. So
nice.
Yeah, he's gonna have a little bit more room in the kitchen, or quite a bit more. This is itty bitty. Yeah. This is like the Chupacabra cooler over here. So he's gonna have more room over there to kind of do more things. So it'll be good. We're excited about it.
Beautiful. Well, guys, congrats. Thank you guys are awesome people, and to see you guys continue to expand. I think I texted you when I saw that somebody posted on.
Yeah, I appreciate that. That was nice.
I was like, dude, fuck yeah, man, that's awesome. And
appreciate that.
Super stoked for you guys. Yeah.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
We're excited.
All right. Well, I'm gonna jump into this pizza. I think we're gonna get Val.
We'll go grab Val and Colt.
Yeah,
brother. Thank you, Eric. Appreciate you
guys. Thank you so much. Yeah.
A real quick reminder, head over to atasteofaz.com and subscribe to our email newsletter. Also, subscribe to A Taste of AZ magazine and get it shipped right to your door. Now let's get back into today's episode.
Okay, so now we have the folks who are responsible for this incredible beer, right? Who are you and what do you do here at Phantom Fox?
My name is Val Adee, and I am the head brewer here at Phantom Fox.
Excellent. And?
My name's Colt Cook. I am the assistant brewer here at Phantom Fox.
You two are cranking out this amazing product. Beautiful, wonderful beer. And beautiful, too. I mean, Trent did say you guys have the best clear beer in the state.
Oh, well, thank you, Trent.
Agreed.
I didn't realize he was right there either. We looked over, he's like staring, and I'm like, oh shit, good thing I quoted him correctly. No, you guys are doing incredible. I mean, you guys are continuing to win awards. And just, even though myself, I quit drinking 2 years ago, the word on the street is that this is some of the best beer in Arizona. So nice work.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, absolutely. So Val, let's start with you. How long have you been in the beer world? Like, how long have you been brewing?
Well, I've been in the beer world for a little over 10 years.
Okay.
I've been in the bar industry for longer than that.
Okay.
I got into it. I actually used to work for the Keg Steakhouse and Bar here.
Oh, yeah.
I worked at the Chandler location as a bartender.
Okay.
And that was really where I fell in love with everything, cocktails, beer, all of it. Yeah. And then I moved to California in 2015, and I had opened a cocktail bar in Santa Monica as a bartender.
Yeah.
And we were really focused on cocktails and wine. And it's where I really realized that I loved beer the most. We only had like 5 beers and they were all in bottle. And I remember asking if I could like train the staff on the beer. I was like, can I teach everybody how to talk about the beers? Like I was really stoked on them. So, but I really honestly hated that job. And so I was on Craigslist at like 3:00 in the morning one time looking for a new job, and I saw that Firestone Walker was opening a location in Venice.
Oh, nice.
And so I got in on their opening staff as one of their lead bartenders. And then I made friends with their brewer. They'd only sent one brewer down to run the brew house, which like it doesn't really matter how small your brew house is. It's a lot of work for one person.
Sure.
So I was closing one night. He was having a pint. I sat and had a pint with him. We got talking, and I was like, "How's everything going? Like it looks so much fun in there." And he was like, honestly, it's like so much work and I could use some help. And I was like, well, I don't have any experience, but I love beer. I know a lot about beer. I'm a fast learner. Like if you ever need help, like just let me know. I'd love to volunteer. So he brought me on as an apprentice for a couple of days a week. And then I just had a knack for it. I've always been into cooking and baking. And so recipes are something that I'm really good at. And I loved the work. I was never destined for like a desk job. So I always knew I wanted to be like physical. Mm-hmm. And yeah, so I fell in love with it. I worked my way up to 3 days a week. I was doing 2 days behind the bar and 3 days in the brewery. And then we had too many assistants, like too many cooks in the kitchen. So I ended up taking another shift from one of them. And then one of our other assistants went up to visit the big brew house in Paso Robles and fell in love and was like, I want to move up there and be a part of the big crew. And so I took his shift. So then I got a full-time gig in the brewery.
Nice.
And then I got a scholarship to Siebel for their advanced brewing theory program in January of 2019.
Okay.
It's like an associate's degree. It was a 9-month intensive online. And yeah, so then I did that, and then I took my first head brewer position at Trademark Brewing in Long Beach in 2020 during the pandemic.
Yeah.
Helped them kind of navigate the pandemic. So I've been brewing since 2017.
Okay. Yeah. Nice. And I like how you said like you like to cook, you like to bake. Like I am my wife makes fun of me because she's like, oh, a teaspoon of this. She just does this. I'm like leveling things off.
Man.
Yeah. Are you a measurer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like brewing is
to.
like precision is definitely part of the game.
Yeah. So that came natural to you then. Like you didn't have to be like, oh man, I don't want to measure this shit, but
accuracy is important.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So Colt, what about you? How did you get into this world?
Well,
not this world, but the beer world.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where were you born?
Yeah. Let me go way back. No. So it kind of started out, well, I'll have to go back I was in the Air Force for 6 years. I was working on airplanes there. Finished my 6-year contract, and in my head, I'm like, I want a desk job. I was, it was very, manual labor kind of stuff. I was like, I want to do a desk job now. So I tried that, for a couple of years. I tried IT. I hated it. I tried the mortgage industry, kind of doing like the credit side of things. That's when COVID hit. And so I was working from home. Didn't like it at all.
Yeah.
And then, these guys, Trent and Eric, over at Chupacabra, and Chris, kind of turned me on to Uncle Bear's. They were looking for a guy. I'm like, I don't care. I'll do anything. I'll work for free. I just want to do something with my hands. I've always liked beer. So I wanted to get into it. And that was kind of my foot in the door. Whoa. That was my foot in the door. Yeah.
Good.
I think we're good. But that was my foot in the door. Was there for a few months, and then, ended up going to the Shop Beer Co. in Tempe.
Oh yeah.
Worked the cellar there for about a year, and then moved up to brewing. Did that for about 3 years, 3.5 years. And these guys hit me up, and here I am.
Here you are. You've been here for like a year now, right?
Just about, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm loving it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did you guys do the 10-mile walk yesterday?
No, we did not.
I smoked meats and drank beer yesterday.
Ah, nice.
It's the first time I've had Memorial Day off in about a decade.
Same.
Okay.
So
It's been a while.
I got in the pool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
You earned it. You earned it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right. So you got to have some sort of process at this point, right? Of like, because you want to keep on your like, what are the core beers that you guys make right now? Like, what are the ones you always have?
Core beers, Chupacabra, our Mexican lager, definitely our best seller. We are ramping up how much we're brewing it because we kind of can't keep it in stock, which is a wonderful problem to have.
Yeah.
Snare Trap, our West Coast IPA, definitely really popular as well. Temptress is our hazy because you kind of can't get away without having a core hazy these days.
Do you like making hazies?
I like making all beer.
Okay. Yeah.
And I don't really drink hazies at this point. I like tasting them. I will never like drink a pint of it, but hops are really fun to play with. So I do still enjoy the recipe writing process, the brewing process, the cellaring process. All of that's, super fun. Those are our three main cores. We do have a few others that stick around. We have an American Amber that we make that we keep on all the time. We have a light lager that, just for my own purposes, I will not let us run out of.
Okay.
But
Yes.
and
a good shift
we have
beer,
like
right?
returning
Yes.
things, right? Like, so we'll let something run out for a little while and then we'll bring things. We do have repeat brews.
Okay.
But yeah, those three really, Temptress, Snare Trap, and Chupacabra are like our core beers.
Gotcha. Okay. And you guys have you started any like aging program or anything like that? Like,
We dabble. Like we actually currently have a European lager in the Bright Tank right now that we've been lagering for almost a month.
Okay.
And it'll get packaged next week. So,
Nice.
we like to hold on to things properly when we can. We don't really age a lot of stuff. We haven't done any barrel aging yet, although that will be coming at some point in the future.
Okay.
We only have 6 tanks. And we have 22 taps. So that's a lot of beer to try to keep on draft. So we kind of move things through our cellar as fast as humanly possible without sacrificing quality.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Cause I mean, that's the hard part, right? Like, I mean, the lagering it takes up that tank space and you just got to wait for it and it's not done till it's done.
And we are lucky that we do have a Bright Tank. So when we do decide that we want to hold on to something and lager it properly, we totally have the ability to do that.
Yeah. Nice. Nice. So what are there certain styles that you like to make better than more than others?
I mean, I'm a lager girly.
Okay.
I love the lagers. I'll make you a lager all day long.
Yeah.
And I love it when we have multiple like styles of lager. Light lager. We've got so many lagers on right now. Light lager, Czech lager, Mexican lager, an American lager, a dry hop lager. So they're all super fun.
Nice. Yep. And to make them though, like the process of making, I mean, is there a huge difference in this when you're making it back there?
I mean, not really.
Not on the brew side so much.
Yeah, I mean, like brew side, hot side, it's really just about hop additions and malt bill and stuff like that. Recipe writing is super fun.
Sure.
And then like dry hop versus non-dry hopped, right? Like that's obviously a little bit more work goes into the hoppy beers. But yeah, I don't know. There's something about a lager.
Yeah.
Can't beat it.
For sure. And especially when it's one of those things where you go into a place, it's maybe your first time there, you haven't been there for a while, you're tasting a lager, right? You're like, all right, how dialed in do they have this shit?
It's my benchmark when I go to other places for sure.
Yeah.
How good your lager.
Yeah. So I can picture you back there, like people are like order the lager and you're like creeping over the wall, like what see them tasting it. And they're like, you're like, yeah. Nailed it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So what, any dark beers? Do you guys do any stouts or reds or anything like that?
We do. We actually have a West Coast red IPA, which I feel like is a style not a lot of people are doing.
Yeah.
Which has been really fun to like tweak that recipe and craft it over time. It's basically, we start with a classic West Coast profile, and then we add just enough crystalline color malts to get it that red hue without really lending it any maltiness, heaviness, sweetness. It's really just about color and a little bit of flavor. Like you want a little bit of difference in there, but not like heavy, because like those can get really sweet so fast.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then we dry hop it the same way that we would a West Coast. So it's like really bright, really hoppy, really bitter.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things I love about Arizona is that Arizona loves a malty beer. So like I had never gotten to brew an amber until I moved here. And now our amber is one of our like semi-core type beers. And I've loved developing that beer. And we do always have a stout on. We've done a couple of we've done like a robust stout, an American stout, an oatmeal stout. We did one imperial stout. Stouts are actually one of the harder brews for me because there's so much that goes into building a malt bill for a stout, and you can screw it up so easily with like balance and roast. You can over roast something and it gets really like almost like ashy, like cigarette ash or like roasted meat.
Mm-hmm.
There's like a whole spectrum of flavor there that if you don't do it right, it can get really nasty really fast.
Yeah.
So those are always the ones that make me the most nervous.
Okay.
But we do always try to keep a dark beer on.
Yeah.
There's so many dark beer people, got to give them what they want.
For sure. Yeah. So you didn't really have that in California then? Like you were saying people here love malty beers. Well, not so much in California, or?
Not so much. I mean, Imperial Stout is a whole different beast. Like everybody loves an Imperial Stout, and there are so many places that are doing great barrel aging programs and stuff. And none of the places I worked at really, like Firestone did barrel aging, but they did that at the Big Brew House, and they have a like brewmaster that is in charge of just barrel aging and whatnot.
Yeah.
So that was never really on my plate at the like small batch R&D location. And I did a little bit of barrel aging at Trademark, but it wasn't their forte either.
Okay.
So I had dabbled, but not like a lot. And yeah, ambers don't sell there. Like
Sure.
people are really looking for hoppy, right?
Yeah.
Like West Coast clear, dry, or
yeah.
like hazy.
Yeah.
So just not really, it's definitely the area I have the least expertise in.
Okay.
So it's been really kind of a fun thing to like start building my repertoire of like roasty malty beers.
Yeah. And I like that too, right? Because you're like, all right, what do people like? What do people want, right? Like sometimes it's like, I'm making this because that's what I like. And if people like it, they're going to come. If they're not, then like, well, maybe they're not going to come then.
Yeah.
You gotta please the consumer, right? The consumers.
Well, and like that's the beauty of having 22 taps to fill too,
sure.
is that like I can give everybody what they want. Like, we have
Yeah.
plenty of hoppy beer on, plenty of clear beer on, plenty of hazy beer on, plenty of lagers, and then it's like cool. A couple of we'll throw a saison in the mix every once in a while, or a Hefeweizen or a wheat beer, like fruited beer, sours, stuff like that. So
Yeah.
we have so much leeway with what we can do just because we have a really large capacity for the number of beers that we were able to have available.
For sure. Yeah. What about sours? You guys do some sours?
Yeah, we do sours. We've done like 4 or 5 at this point.
Okay.
We've rebrewed one several times. We just rebrewed another batch of our raspberry citrus sour that's sold really, really well.
Yeah. Nice.
And sours are fun. Sours
Yeah.
are really fun to play with.
Yeah.
We have a pickle sour in the works too, so stay tuned.
Interesting. Nice. Pickle sour.
Oh yeah.
And now these are, I assume, kettle sours? Is that, or,
Yeah, well, so souring is taken a really interesting turn. It's actually one of the most interesting things happening in the brew world right now, in my personal opinion.
Yeah.
Because like traditionally, when you kettle sour a beer, you bring in like a bacteria, you bring in lactobacillus. You would purge your kettle with CO2 to keep it clean. You throw lacto in there. You wait until it pH drops and it sours naturally, and then you would boil it to kill the bacteria. But it's really risky because you're bringing bacteria into your brew house that can infect things really easily. So if your cleaning processes aren't like really on point, you can ruin equipment pretty quickly. And you can ruin subsequent batches of beer by infecting them with sour. Now they've made these yeasts that are genetically modified they basically take a fermentation pathway and alter what it produces. So they've altered it to produce lactic acid instead of a different compound.
Yeah.
So you can just pitch it like a regular yeast. It ferments clean. It does not infect anything. You can put it right in your tank. So it just makes everything faster, cleaner, easier, and they taste cleaner too.
Yeah. Interesting. When did that come about?
I really feel like that's been in the last few years, probably the last like 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, interesting. I mean, also my knowledge of brewing is very minimal. I was more on the consumer drinking side. I was an expert at drinking, but that's why I knew that a lot of people avoided it because it would contaminate your systems, and then especially like spontaneous fermentation and all that stuff, right? I mean, I geek out about that shit, like Jester King and like stuff that they can do. But that's really interesting. A product that is, I don't say millions of years. Also, I'm not a history buff either. Thousands of years, right? However old beer is, like to still be innovating and still being able to do stuff that's like,
It's one of my
really
favorite
cool.
things about beer.
Yeah.
It's so simple and so complex at the same time. Like it's still only 4 ingredients always. Like it's just malt, water, hops, and yeast. But you can study beer for 25, 30 years and still be learning new things about it, still be innovating, still be creating new things, exciting things, different flavors. It's like it keeps your job interesting and simple all at the same time.
for sure. Yeah. All right. So you guys got a new spot opening, right? Not another production facility, luckily, right? You're still going to be brewing from here. But so as a team, obviously production is going to have to be increased, right? I'm sure that every day you're doing all that you can do to keep the taps filled. How do you guys as a team be like, all right, shit, we're gonna open up a new spot. We need to up the production. How do you even do that?
Well, we're really lucky. We have a 15-barrel brew house, but 4 of our tanks are 30-barrel tanks. And we've never filled them to 30 barrels. So we've just been doing single turns, 15-barrel batches since we started. So we have the capacity to increase our output by 2/3 as much as what we're doing without really doing anything to our brew house.
Yeah.
And really all that entails is if I don't have the ability right now to do more than one batch in a day. My hot water tank is a little undersized for our system, and so it's really our crunch point in terms of being able to increase our output daily, so to speak. But we are starting to, we'll be double batching some of the stuff that like Chupacabra, for instance, we'll be brewing 30 barrels of it. Our IPA will be brewing 30 barrels of it instead of 15.
Yeah.
And that luckily should carry us, we're not trying to jump crazy amounts. So we have some wiggle room and some growth room before we really start hitting any pinch point in terms of crap. Now what do we do? Yeah,
nice. Otherwise, then these guys need to up your equipment so they can Trent's over there, calculator, add this.
Every day.
Yeah. So is there anything that you guys haven't made yet that you want to make? Is there a certain type of beer that you were like, I want to get this into the repertoire?
Oh, yeah.
German Helles.
Okay. Yeah.
I've had a recipe written since before we opened. And we've just brewed so many other things that every time we have a spot for it, it just kind of seems redundant at the time. But we've been working on it, and we're going to squeeze that one into the schedule sometime soon. So, yeah, it's probably
and the pickle beer, but that's coming out.
The pickle,
It's okay.
Was that your idea?
It's
ours.
We're both pickle
huge
freaks.
pickle freaks. Okay. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah. And so, do you run test batches for smaller test batches?
No.
Full send. Yeah. 15 barrels. Let's go.
Yeah. So it's either a concept, an idea, or it's we're doing it.
That's why we
over obsess. Yeah, we obsess about it for a while before we actually send it. Yeah.
I've lost sleep over recipes before. I'm like, this is weird. It has to turn out good, or I'm going to be screwed.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like it's worked out pretty well for you.
Thus far, yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Colt? Is there anything that you want to make that you guys haven't made yet?
I've always a dark lager for sure.
Yeah.
That's kind of my jam, but I was able to do we worked on the oatmeal stout, which is cool. That was something I've always wanted to do. So we got that. So that kind of scratched that itch, but I want to go lighter, lager.
Beer, let's go.
Schwartz beer.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Heck yeah.
Dark check. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Have you made an alt beer?
We haven't made an alt beer here.
I was a fan of alt beers. Yeah.
Big fan of alt beer.
Yeah. Shit, man. I might have, if you guys make an alt beer, I'll make an exception. I'll have a little 4-ounce pour maybe.
Okay.
Won't get too crazy.
See what we can do for you.
Yeah, I appreciate that. All right, so quick question. I was going to ask the guys this, but I forgot. So I'm going to throw this out to you guys, put you on the spot a little bit. But what are some of your favorite beers in Arizona right now? Not Phantom Fox beers.
Ooh. I'm a big Wilderness fan.
Okay.
One of my buddies from Firestone, actually, Brad, took over that program, and he's just been doing killer work over there.
Nice.
He has a 3.5% Mexican lager on called Milpa. That is so crushable, and that's my go-to anytime I'm there. The Wilder Pills is also so fabulous. He's making one called West Clear. That's a West Coast IPA that's also really, really delicious.
Yeah, I just had one this weekend. So good.
Yeah.
Nice. When you were barbecuing yesterday?
No,
not going on
day
the
before.
walk?
Day before. Yeah. No. Yeah. Right. Not walking. Yeah. Walking. Yeah. To the fridge for more beer.
Yeah. What about you, Colt? Is there anything out there you've been enjoying?
Yeah. I'm a big West Coast guy. I love West Coast. My favorite outside of here, my favorite would probably be 7th and McDowell from Roses. Roses by the Stairs.
Yeah.
I love that beer. I've had it a lot of times. It's delicious. But yeah, also Wilderness. I mean, I was just there this weekend. They have a new dill pickle. I don't know if it's a lager or sour or what.
It's technically a sour.
Sour,
but it's not super sour.
It's delicious.
Yeah.
That was great. But yeah.
Super drinkable.
Yeah.
Great food too. Great cocktails like
kitchen
Wilderness.
is so good.
Oh, their wings are crazy.
For sure.
Ooh,
yeah. The fries,
those fries.
Yep.
All right, I think I know where I'm going for lunch. After I eat the pizza, I'm going to eat the rest of the pizza, and then I'm going to go have lunch at Wilderness.
Yes.
But guys, thanks for joining. Thanks for jumping on. You guys did great. You're doing great.
Thanks. First time.
Yeah, first podcast.
Terrified. Yeah.
Yeah, terrified. You
Terrified.
You hit it very well.
Thanks. Yeah.
How about you? Were you terrified as well?
Oh yeah. We're cellar dwellers. We don't do camera work very often.
Yeah. No.
Well, the lucky thing is we didn't hit record on any of this. This was all just fake.
Perfect.
So
Great.
That's right.
Yeah.
No, you guys did great. Thanks for joining.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Thanks.